Hello, welcome to this video. Today we are ranking all of the parkour you find in the lobbies of Hypixel. I will be ranking them based on 4 metrics. 1. How good the parkour gameplay is, 2. How long it is, 3. The visuals, and 4. The difficulty. Each one is on a scale of 1 to 10. Minor disclaimer, I am bad at parkour. Also, feel free to subscribe to me if you haven't already, it's free and it helps a smaller channel like me a lot. But now that the intro is out of the way, let's start the video. Number 18, Warlords. Warlords parkour is more a maze than a parkour. It's an annoying maze, at that. When you first start, there's some ladders that you need to climb up, then an annoying maze where you can't see the jumps. This is really annoying as the jumps are just thrown at you from nowhere. After the maze, there's some skinny platforms you have to jump across, then some stair parkour. This segment is fine, but nothing too interesting. The last segment is just some average parkour to the end. Another complaint I have with Warlords parkour is that whenever you walk back to the previous checkpoint, you open the Warlords menu. That is extremely annoying to work around. Here are the scores for Warlords. Number 17, Main Lobby. Main Lobby parkour is mildly confusing. When you start, it's confusing where to go. You can go on the lily pads to other areas that aren't actually the parkour. On my first attempt it was unclear where to go. There's then a room with a lot of spin parkour. This is a term that will be heard a lot in this video. It's just parkour, but you have to move your mouse in the same direction a lot without stopping. Most people don't have that much room on their desk for a mouse. It just doesn't work very well. After the spin parkour, there is some other parkour and some more confusion on where to go, and then again, more spin parkour. Here are the scores for Main Lobby. Number 16, Build Battle. Build Battle parkour is a really short parkour with nothing really interesting. Sure, the visuals are nice, the gameplay is decent, but other than that, it's just bland. Here are the scores for Build Battle. Number 15, Prototype. Prototype is another bland parkour. It's just some parkour in some stone brick fortress thing. Here are the scores for Prototype. Number 14, Blitz SG. Blitz parkour is just spin parkour to the top of a single room. That's it. The visuals are nice, but this is the shortest parkour, and has basically no point of existence. Here are the scores for Blitz. Number 13, Arcade Games. I can't quite put my finger on why I dislike arcade games parkour. Maybe it's the one block jumps where you have to stop sprinting, which is kind of vexing. Arcade Games has parkour based on Pac-Man, Mario 1, Snake, and Space Invaders. These are all fine arcade games, but the actual parkour is vexing. It's a lot more difficult than most of the other parkours, but in a bad way, unlike one that will be later on this list. Here are the scores for Arcade Games. Number 12, Duels. Duels parkour is a very difficult parkour. The first part is some spin parkour to the second segment. The second part is more spin parkour. The third section is even more spin parkour up to the magic school bus and the end. There is a lot of spin parkour in Duels parkour. It's very annoying. The visuals are nice if you don't take into account the questionable architecture. Here are the scores for Duels. Number 11, TNT Games. TNT Games parkour is another short parkour that I don't have much to say about. The only real gripe I have is that there's water in it. That not only doesn't make sense because of the theme of the parkour, being desert and TNT, but also you are required to swim in it, which irritates me. Other than that, TNT Games parkour is fine. Here are the scores for TNT Games. Number 10, Skywars. Skywars Parkour is another boring middle-of-the-road parkour. The gameplay is fine. Length is fine. Visuals are fine. Difficulty is fine. The end is more running around blocks than parkour, but it doesn't completely ruin Skywars Parkour. Here are the scores for Skywars. Number 9, Smash Heroes. I don't know why I don't like Smash Heroes, much like arcade games. It's an alright parkour. It's a longer parkour. There's some spin parkour at the end, so maybe that's why I don't like it that much. Maybe I just don't watch enough Marvel to understand it. I don't really watch TV in general. I just play Minecraft and make YouTube videos. Anyway, here are the scores for Smash Heroes. Number 6, Mega Walls. Mega Walls Parkour is another alright parkour. This is the highest ranked middle-of-the-road parkour, so the video is going to get a lot more interesting after this. Here are the scores for Mega Walls. Number 5, Classic Games. Classic Games Parkour is a mix of everything just thrown together. Much like Classic Games itself. It starts out in a jungle, then switches to an underground building, after that a frozen cavern, then a city, and finally another building. There is some ice parkour at the end. This is the only instance of ice parkour in Hypixel lobby parkour. I also really like the car part visually. Here are the scores for Classic Games. Number 3, Cops and Crims. Cops and Crims is Warlords done right. It's less a parkour and more an obstacle course. It's fun to go through. It's fun to exploit it. It's fun to watch. It's fun. Fun is the thing that matters most. Why do people play parkour? For fun. Why do people play Minecraft? For fun. Why do people play video games? For fun. That's the most important thing. And Cops and Crims delivers in fun. Here are the scores for Cops and Crims. Number 2, Bedwars. Bedwars Parkour is really good for grinding records because of its short length and good gameplay. Maybe I have a bias towards Bedwars Parkour because it's Bedwars. Bedwars is my favorite game on Hypixel. But I remember grinding records on Bedwars Parkour and enjoying it a lot. However, there is one major flaw with Bedwars Parkour. And that is the Easter update. It makes a gigantic egg block off the second part of the parkour. It means you are required to go slower around Easter. Other than that, I like Bedwars Parkour. Here are the scores for Bedwars. Also number 2, Housing. I couldn't decide whether to put Bedwars or Housing at number 2, so I called a tie between the two. Housing is the longest parkour in Hypixel, which I like. The gameplay is also really good. There's also a fun exploit at the start of the parkour. Here are the scores for Housing. Number 1, UHC Champions. UHC Champions Parkour is my favorite parkour. It's the hardest parkour, and for once I felt challenged rather than a small obstacle in my path. It's a longer parkour, which I like. The visuals are incredible and made me feel like I was in the last level of a Mario game with Bowser's Castle. It felt really rewarding at the end knowing I had completed the hardest parkour in Hypixel. Here are the scores for UHC. That's the end of this video. Thank you all for watching this far. Have a good day.